But you know what the people have failed to know is that, for God's sake, let them give targets. I am for target. If I give you target and you perform it, that is good enough. But if you keep searching for some level of corruption, that's why it looks like it's vindictive. Because there's no man on earth in Nigeria from A to Z who will say he lives with his the money you pay him monthly. The salary of governors are 750,000 naira a month. So if you don't have a second office and you're not anywhere to something to do, you must steal. Excuse me. Every political office holder who doesn't have a second office must steal. So, but if you give target, excuse me, you then perform your work, and people see the way you have done it and it's correct. They are fine. In Imo State, if you come to Imo State now, people are happy with the performance. They're happy. Their children are going to school without school fees. They're happy. They know that they're no longer suffering. Free education is there, up to university. They're happy. They could ride on a good road. Recently, I just declared 570 kilometers of rural roads now being asphalted. That is ongoing now. People are happy. People come around and bring stuff for me and greeting me, and that's all my joy. Because I'm performing. But somebody will not tell you that, hey, you didn't perform the due process. You didn't pass this. I mean, well, some of their due process will take 6 months before it comes out from the Ministry of Works. Then they tell you, we are corrupt. That is just Iberiberism.
You've said that again. Now, let me ask you this. Your Excellency. APC now is going into this election as the ruling party. In 2015, it was going in as the opposition party. But now it's going in as the ruling party, and it's going to run, amongst other things, essentially on its record of the last 3.5, 4 years. But you alluded to it earlier when you were speaking, when we talked about Adams Oshiomhole. You said there seems to be crisis. I mean, we started off with Imo and what was done in Imo. Yet there are all these fissures. Only a couple of days ago, the Senate president, was talking about this whole idea of the executive, the National Assembly, and you alluded to it also, the less than completely cordial relationship. I mean, the APC has majorities virtually everywhere. But yet, there are all these fractures. He's alleging now, for example, that the Inspector General of Police, an appointee of the president, is after him. And there are other such fractures. Dino Melaye, who is an APC senator, is he's just been granted bail. He was in detention. Shehu Sani is also facing another senator, murder charge. Basi Akman from Cross River, I believe, is just been arrested by the EFC. This is another APC senator. Why I'm giving all these examples? There are many, many examples. Do you really think that it is possible that APC will go into those elections as a united party? Bearing in mind that it was 4 or 5 different tendencies that came together, including your own tendency from ABCA, that came together to form this party. And that the last 3.5 years have tended to emphasize those differences rather than the fact that you all have a common purpose or even ideology. What do you make of this?
Well, it's party's responsibility. You ask me the truth? It's party. Party is the bridge, the pivot upon which the wheels of a ruling party rotates. Not the presidency. No, not the National Assembly. The party can put their big legs down. They put everyone in power. So when a party is not able to put this, we are meant to have crisis. The party is very key. That's why I believe, and that's why I advocated for Oshiomhole coming in as the party chairman, because given his experience as a governor and his relationship with everybody, his trade unionists, I think he can do it. I tell the truth, APC has a long way to go now. 2019 will be more tougher for us than it was in 2015. That's the truth. But the only comfort there is that PDP is not well organized either. PDP.
Why do you say that?
Excuse me. You know what PDP should have done? PDP is just showing the same old faces that has created a lot of anger in the minds of people. So they're not branding well. I expect PDP to have just removed some old faces, all the old faces, maybe bring in some new generations of Nigerians and say, this is hope for us. We'll be more in trouble. But when people compare the people that branded their faces now, I remember they say, let's stay where we are.
No, but I mean, Uche Secondus, the PDP national chairman, is a new face. We hadn't heard
No,
of him
no,
before.
no.
We hadn't heard of him at the top
No,
of
it's
PDP
not
previously.
true. Who? These are the owners, founding fathers of PDP. Remember, we're all there now. Remember,
Yes,
we're
I
all
was
there.
going to come to that.
Well, there, all of us
you
were.
yourself, you were in,
I was in PDP.
You were in PDP at some point.
Yes. So what makes PDP? What makes a party is not the name, it's the people in there.
And you think the people in there will not constitute a threat?
APC is the name today because President Muhammad Buhari is there. That's why APC is so strong in the north. Are you not aware? All the governors that won this election from the north won because of them, President Muhammad Buhari. Remove President Muhammad Buhari now in APC, the north will go down in APC. So APC name party. Forget being deceived about name party. Just think about the people in the party. That's what is more important.
In the east, if you leave,
if I leave APC in Imo State, in Imo at least I know. In Imo
how
it will
about in
collapse.
the southeast? Because you still remain the only APC governor in the southeast.
Yeah, but how far have we done in the southeast? Have we done well? We've not done well at all. We've not done well. Because I admitted myself in my state, Imo State.
You haven't tried to persuade your colleagues in the southeast to join the APC.
No, they've joined now. But again, I'm worried that even the people that we're talking about in PDP have also found themselves again in APC trying to play the same PDP politics. Take, for instance, my brother Hope, who's a Dimma, just joined 2 days. 2 days to APC. The following day, his boys, his SA, electoral matter was caught here in a hotel, writing the result sheet of Congress. Already. 2 days. And he didn't join from Owerri. He joined from Abuja here. So it's not about name of the party. Excuse me. There's nothing in the name of a party. But there's something in the individuals, the actors that play a role in the party. So when
You don't think that PDP, because I want you to...
Excuse me, if I move out of APC in Imo State, the soul of APC moves in Imo State.
No, but there are other people in APC.
If I call it a name, then they should...
Chris Ngige is in APC.
But
Senator
no,
Ken Nnamani is in APC.
Chris Ngige is not in my state. It's Anambra State. Ken Nnamani is Enugu State.
You are. I'm talking of national leaders now.
Yes.
You are
No, I'm
chairman
talking
of the APC.
I'm talking about my own state.
Oh, okay.
And I'm talking about national as regards to President Muhammad Buhari.
Yes, but I'm talking about
The
Southeast.
South is because we played a very terrible politics in the past.
What do you mean by that? Terrible politics how?
In 2015, 2014, we played a very bad politics because we played the politics of religion, that Buhari is this, and that was what kept us where we are today. But I spoke against it. That's the truth. Because we said, look, we're trying to brand because then PDP branded themselves as a Christian party.
Okay, you're saying this war was responsible for the 5%. And that's why it was only in Imo State.
That we're able to do. That's the point. So, President Buhari's name in the South was a tough thing that time to win the election. But now it is changing. Things are changing.
How? Because all your colleagues are still in PDP. At least as far as we know.
Remember, the Ken Nnamani have just joined now. Remember?
Yeah, but he's not a current governor.
No, it's not.
All your current governor colleagues in the Southeast are in PDP. Yes, and some people say that's why you don't even attend their meetings because you are the lone wolf amongst them. That you don't go there.
True.
Why
they're
don't
my
you
brothers. No, but they're my brothers. I go for meetings. But it gets to a point when the politics comes in, we must persevere.
Yes, you must separate
Of course,
yourself.
I must protect my party.
Yes, but in that kind of situation, how do you then ensure that the Southeast goes President Buhari's way come 2019 if you are not working with the others or trying to persuade them to come to your tendency?
2019, they will not vote President Muhammad Buhari because they will vote their party. I don't know if you understand the point I'm making.
You are not trying to persuade them at all.
It doesn't take a governor to direct people where they vote. No, unless you can convince the people. We still have Ken Nnamani in Enugu. He has a say.
You have Chris Ngige in Anambra.
In Anambra,
you have several others.
They have a say as to who is. It must not necessarily be the governor. They have to struggle it out. It's called struggle for power, politics, struggle for power. So I have to struggle to make sure that President Muhammad Buhari wins.
But you have remained APC Governors Forum chairman.
Yes.
In spite of coming from a region where, as you've admitted, the APC is not completely popular.
Of course. I agree with you.
How did you do that? How are you able to do that? Yes.
Because the people believe me. They trust me. In Abga, they trust me.
You mean your colleagues?
Excuse me. No, to win. I'm talking about my state. I'm saying that, listen, I told you the story here. I was in Abga. Remember? When I was in Abga, what happened? I won the election. I put majority of house. I won everything that I won in Abga against an incumbent and against a president backing an incumbent. That was one issue. I told you something that I have the followership. Now I came to APC when it was also a bad name. I defeated the candidate who was the deputy speaker with the support of the president. Imo was a war center because the place they wanted to get at all costs was Imo State. Well, I won. So I told you that I still have a relationship with the people. Look, politics is local and it's with the people. There are a lot of urban masqueraders who come, and I told Adam Oshimele he must take care of them. Those who come and wear big gowns here like I'm wearing now and make big noise here, who have no single followership in their villages.
Who can win election?
Do you know most of these people that you see here in Abuja cannot win their vote? If you bring Buhari's results, you know that people holding big offices here, none of them they deliver their vote. And yet we are holding big office in APC. So I've told them, before you get political appointment now, we must show your boot result or your word result. No more monkey they walk, babu they chop. That's what is going to help our party. Because those who work for the party are not getting anything. Those who do not work, and most of them are getting the thing. That's the anger in the system, which is what the Oshimole will now come and fix and make sure people are compensated accordingly for those.
And you think he would be able to do that?
Of course.
Because of course you mentioned people of monkey they walk, babu they chop.
Oshimole.
One of those who are complaining are the new PDP, the group that left the PDP consists of some governors and came over to APC in the run up to the elections. They're saying you've left them out, and I say you, not you personally, but.
If that's why Oshimole has to look into all these grievances. Excuse me, people in our party are not happy from the grassroots. So we have a lot of work to do to appease them. Not that they don't love the party, but you see, when you see somebody who didn't do anything, holding a plump job, or somebody who fought you and used army against you, still holding an office, and you are just sitting there again, it doesn't create a very peaceful atmosphere for you in your mind.
Your Excellency, it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.